In our 20 years of Sports Stars of Tomorrow, we featured quite a few prep athletes who have reached the highest level. Today's show tips off on the basketball court with a young man who could one day reach the NBA. We're headed to Atlanta for this week's 5-star feature. As much as Bryson Tiller would like to be competing right now, he's had to change his plans, but it might be for the best in the long run. The Atlanta native has been dealing with an ankle injury since last summer, so he wasn't able to play at Overtime Elite, where he'd spent the previous 2 high school seasons. So he wrapped up his high school coursework in December, and he's actually already on campus at the University of Kansas, where he'll begin playing in the 2025-26 season. In the meantime, he's been working to make sure he'll be at his best when he resumes playing.
It's definitely been like a rough patch. You know, it's been a lot of ups and downs, but you know, during the time that I was injured, I was doing a lot of rehab. Even now, still doing more rehab. You know, just slowly progressing to getting back on court. Just working every day to get back to where I was and even better.
While he's now working with Kansas coaches and trainers, he's also had a great mentor when he's been at home in Atlanta. His father, Tony Tiller. Tony is a former professional football player who spent some time with the Kansas City Chiefs and Atlanta Falcons, in addition to some teams in the CFL and Arena Football League. Bryson has worked with other personal trainers as he's grown up, but his father's expertise has been helpful as well.
I think it's a good mix to let somebody else get in there and mix it up with them some, hear a different voice and things of that nature. But I also told him, you know, at early ages, you have to graduate to that, right? Like, I don't just give you a trainer at 12 years old, 13 years old. You have to graduate, and you have to earn having a trainer or earn having certain things. So I'm in there all the time, you know, a lot of the time talking with them and just kind of working with them from a defensive perspective. Because my background was playing football as a corner. So a lot of what I look at and see from movement, I think it helps his game a lot.
A 6'10" power forward, Bryson is a top 25 prospect in the 2025 class. His status among his peers isn't too surprising to his dad, who got him into sports at an early age. And it didn't take long to figure out which sport Bryson enjoyed most.
I played baseball to begin with, then it got kind of boring, so I switched over.
You know, and then he went into basketball kind of simultaneous, or maybe a few years after baseball. And that was the one that he just really fell in love with. Obviously, he was taller than everybody. I think he loved that part of it.
I actually played football 1 year. It wasn't for me. I like putting the ball in the hoop, so you know, I stuck with that.
Bryson is obviously an imposing presence, but it's his versatility at his size that has made him such a highly regarded prospect. He can play down low and on the perimeter, and he's always working to expand his game even more.
I love the versatility. I love the fact that he understands how to play the game the right way. He understands how to play the game without the basketball. He understands how to play the game being on the ball. He understands how to set screens, you know, and bigger than anything, he understands how to play defense.
I feel like I can do a lot on the floor to help my team win. A very dominant player. I feel like every time I step on the court, I just want my presence to be felt.
When I was playing, I understand like what a work ethic really means, and I think there's levels to it. Bryce is at a very, very high level, which is why he's able to do the things that he's able to do.
Now that his prep days are done, he's spending the semester getting used to the routine of being in the Kansas basketball program and expects to be ready to contribute from day one next season.
I see myself fitting into Bill Self's system like seamlessly almost. I feel like a lot of what he does for guys at the 3-4 position will benefit me very well. You know, he lets their guys play pick and pop, pick and roll, playing the mid post, high post, just being able to make plays all over the court. I feel like me being a very versatile player, that will suit me very well.
Even though he's away from home, he still feels his family's support as he seeks to be the next NBA player to emerge from the city of Atlanta.
I say I'm very family oriented. My family's very supportive. Having them show up at all my games and all that, it means a lot to me.
The first thing is just to keep the main thing the main thing. Like, that's the number one goal. Everybody says it, and you know, things can get in the way. Our circle is extremely small, and he focuses on basketball. Bryson can go as far as he wants to go. As long as God grants him with health and strength, I think the future in the ceiling is unlimited.
I feel like a lot of great players have come from Atlanta. You know, you got Anthony Edwards, former teammate of mine, Stephon Castle. Those are just a few of the guys more recent, but it's definitely coming up. It's been like successful for years, and I just hope to be the next great star comes out of ATL.